The top 10 most intriguing players, though, as we debut List Week.
List Week!
Here on the Get Right.
On the Get Right!
Is
that the jingle? Can we produce that? Thank you.
Make sure you mark that.
Don't mark that. It's not that important.
It was.
Okay, my bad. He said it's important.
It is. We go to our good friend Dan Graziano of ESPN.
Appreciate y'all for this list.
Where they clearing out the
He gets a producer credit for tonight's show.
Oh, he does?
Yeah, Dan Graziano.
Well,
executive decision. Everybody who creates a list that debuts on List Week.
Well, we're doing the same thing ESPN isn't doing these days.
Okay.
Paying people.
Well.
Oh, no.
Well, I mean, you're not wrong.
Shout out to Pat McAfee. Most intriguing NFL players who will define next year. Let's start with the most important position in all of team sports, Peyton Manning. The quarterback. Who is the most intriguing player going into the 2023 NFL season?
Well, I just looked on accident because I thought you just don't say it. However.
Thanks, Reg. Thanks.
My bad.
Jeff, this is who I work with.
Hi, my name's Reginald.
Nice to meet you.
Thanks. Mm-hmm. Most intriguing. So I'll tell you who one of the ones I would have thrown up there.
Okay.
I would have thrown up Justin Fields.
Oh,
had a lot.
Not the Justin I would have thought you would have said, but that's very interesting.
You were thinking Herbert with the new coordinator,
Kellen Moore.
I think that's fair.
See if those two can cook out there in Los Angeles.
I was going to say Justin Fields. I also have had a focus. There's a couple of ones we can go with Justin Fields just because he had a lot of responsibility running. He'll be able to have the same coordinator. They tried to get him a little bit of talent. But speaking of trying to get talent, that reminded me of a dude who probably needs to be in here, Lamar Jackson. Actually finally having wide receiving talent to throw to, actually having a coordinator who is not going to simply run the football. How intriguing is that going to be? But I know the actual answer to Dan Graziano.
You can't stand Greg Roman, can you?
Brother. He's great in the first season or two.
He hates Greg Roman so much.
I don't hate him. I just think
you called him a war criminal.
I did do that, didn't I?
Yeah.
Multiple times. Huh?
You can't stand Greg Roman.
Kyler Murray is the one on this list for the Arizona Cardinals.
All right.
And I don't completely understand it. Do you?
Nope.
Okay, cool. Glad that we're in the same place. Look, Kyler Murray, we know the talent is there. Is he going to be able to put together this year? I don't know. That team, isn't that team intending to be bad this year?
Oh, by the way, he's coming back from a torn ACL.
What are we expecting from him?
Yeah. Oh boy. The Cardinals don't interest me. I don't know. I mean, J.J. Watt is now retired. I know they got Budda Baker there still.
Shout out to that man.
Yeah, the Cardinals just don't interest me in much.
Who is his wide receiving core?
I mean, that's what I'm saying. DeAndre Hopkins is gone now. So
are they still trying to make A.J. Green play football?
No, he retired.
Okay.
Yeah, he retired.
Because that was sad.
That
made me sad. Oh, I forgot they went and got Marquise, not Hollywood Brown. Rondale Moore's there. He's not bad. And then Greg Dortch. What is it, Greg Dortch?
Sounds like a wide receiver for the Cardinals.
Okay, fantastic. Zach Ertz, you are carrying the wide receiving core, buddy.
Ooh, and if Zach Ertz has got to be carrying you in your offense.
That was me because I did say Rondale Moore.
You're down bad.
Marquise Brown ain't bad. He's just not a number one receiver, but we don't have to do all that. I don't know what you expect. And maybe this is just he's going to be interesting because this is going to be his elevator pitch, I guess, in a way. Like, hey, are you going to be the future quarterback of the Cardinals? I mean, the chances are probably no, but show us something that makes us think. I just don't know what you expect of him. Anyways.
Other players that are part of the most intriguing NFL players going into the 2023 NFL season. Let's stick with quarterback because I find this one to be intriguing because I'm not sure if he's going to build on what he did last year.
Huh.
Let's go with Jared Goff from the Detroit Lions.
I don't know what he's supposed to build. Like, this feels like the best one of the best versions of Jared Goff.
I don't know what he's supposed to build.
No, sincerely. Like, people think that I dislike Jared Goff, and that's not really the case. I just think that he's limited. Right? Like, you give him a lot of play action and he could be successful. And he was. We saw that with him with the Rams. We saw that with him last season with the Lions. The thing about the Rams is they moved on from him for a reason. He's a limited quarterback. He can do those things if you put him in the perfect situation to do that well. But if you need him to do any level of elevating your offense or any of that, he cannot do that. And that is fine. There is a place for those quarterbacks. I just don't know what else are you expecting of him because he had a fantastic season from what you could expect from that guy last season. So they've added more running backs. They will be good running the football, I'm sure. And then what? Where do we go from here? right? Like Amon-Ra St. Brown in your slot, doing slot receiver things, fantastic. Like, what more are you expecting from him?
Here's what's wild about Goff in his second half of the year last year. One of the reasons why the Lions finished so strong was the play of Jared Goff, who ranked second in the NFL behind only Patrick Mahomes in total QBR weeks 10 through 18 with a 69.8
nice
total QBR. Now, here's what's interesting about Goff is, too.
There's definitely up to go from there, for sure.
Only Patrick Mahomes. He's signed for the next 2 years to the tune of $26.4 million for the next 2 seasons.
Not a terrible contract.
So the idea, though, is let's say he puts it together again this upcoming season. Are you in a position, if you're the Lions,
to extend him?
That you've got to extend
no, baby.
him? See?
Oh, no, baby.
Yeah, you have to be in a position.
Baby. That's such a bad idea. Well, okay, I can't say such a bad idea, but that feels like a bad idea.
He's only 28 years old. So it's not like you're in, an in-between age where, he's a little bit old. No, he's pretty much in his prime right now. So if he puts together another season and he's only making $26.5 million, basically, you might need to extend him if he has another good season this upcoming year.
The tough thing about that is you're probably working yourself out of the window of places where you can get a quarterback. So you might have to, but then I think you might end up in the Kirk Cousins matrix.
I mean, I guess Goff could do that. Just play it out for the next couple of years on the.
I'm not talking about like the Kirk Cousins like labor dispute matrix. No, that's the goat of that. I'm talking about the Kirk Cousins talent matrix, where you're like, yeah, we sure would like a better quarterback, but also like we can't get rid of this one.
The one that we got is actually kind of good. Yeah, that's when it gets interesting for Goff, is that if he puts it together again, you may need to extend him if you're the Detroit Lions, or if you're Goff and you're in that situation. Say, hey, I'm performing at a top 10 QB level.
They also have like the best offensive line in football, like one of, if not the best, the second best offensive line in football. Like he has been blessed with good situations, and shout out to that man, because I would love to be blessed with good situations. Like, would you rather be good or lucky? Give me luck, please. I'll take it. But yeah. I'm just, anyways.
The other one of the most intriguing players in the NFL going into this upcoming year, because we've done a couple of quarterbacks here. Let's go to a wide receiver, because I don't know who the hell is going to throw him the football on a consistent basis. That's Devonta Adams in Las Vegas.
Wait,
Devonta Adams really looked at his situation and said, I want to go play with my boy, my best friend from college, Derek Carr. And then the Raiders and that war criminal, Josh McDaniels, was like, actually, I don't want Derek Carr around here.
That's right.
In fact, I don't want him around so much that I want to go get Jimmy Garoppolo.
And then
they got Jimmy Garoppolo.
And then we found out Jimmy Garoppolo was hurt.
And now Davante Adams is looking around like,
Brian Hoyer me, baby.
What? I mean, the $100 million plus that I'm making, will help me, sleep at night. But yo, talk about a team that doesn't have a plan. The Las Vegas Raiders, to me, are the epitome of confusion in the NFL. Because what is their plan? What are they actually doing? They got a running back who's on a franchise tag who's looking for a long-term deal in Josh Jacobs. They got a $100 million wide receiver who doesn't have a quarterback worth a damn to throw him the football. And then, oh, that's right, Josh McDaniels is their head coach.
Yeah, they're paying him money. That's fun.
They're paying actual money for him to be their head coach.
Brother, if I knew what they were doing, I'd be making so much more money. Yeah, dog. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what his game looks like, especially as he is. It feels weird doing this when we're talking about sports, because it's like, yo, he's advanced in age, except he's like not. Like, he's still a relatively young individual. He's 30. I'm quite literally older than him. But like he's getting up there when we're talking about like wide receiver ages, where you starting to have to think about, what kind of return of play are you getting, and then especially if you're going to have extended periods of Brian Hoyer throwing him the football. Like, it will be interesting to see what he goes through and like how committed he is to like playing the football. And this is not like me judging him. I also wonder if you get out there and you're just like, what are we doing here? Especially when you look at that division, I couldn't blame him if you looked up as like, this doesn't feel like it's 100% effort.
And that's a great point, because they are playing in the AFC West.
What am I supposed to do?
Where everybody's chasing the Kansas City Chiefs at this point.
What am I supposed to do?
For the 214, what's worse? Devonta Adams choosing to go play with Derek Carr, or Juju Smith-Schuster picking to go play with Ben Roethlisberger that one time? Yeah,
Devontae got his money.
Yeah, I'll forever crush Juju Smith-Schuster I mean, he was able to redeem himself and eventually got the choice right.
Where did he get that same money?
Well, the point
he had money on the table.
Yeah,
That's I was like, ugh. Anyways.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even like the Big Ben, right? It wasn't even the large Benjamin that we know of old.
It was Wash Ben. Wash Ben was something else, man.
Hey, I hope that man was happy with his decision. That's all I can ever ask for.
I mean, he got there. It was God's plan. He got there when he needed to get to Kansas City because he got himself a Super Bowl.
He may not be when you want it.
But he showed up right on time.
Preach, preacher.